Hi, welcome to a new video dedicated to a new brushless selfie drone. This is the Sunlytech ALPHAcam, and as you can see on this box, this quadcopter is able to shoot some selfie videos in 4K resolution at 30 frames per second, okay, without electronic stabilization, or in 1080p with electronic stabilization. That's great. So this product is nothing else than a direct competitor of the Zerotech Dobby. Okay, so we will compare both. Even if the box seems very large, don't be wrong, they are almost similar in terms of size. We will discover everything in a few instants. So what are the other features? We have a strong Snapdragon powerful processor, able to capture these high resolution videos and to stabilize at least in 1080p, and we will have the basic advanced features we can find now in most type of recent smart quadcopter. So by default, actually already implemented, what we have the return to home, okay, and the electronic stabilization. What will come with the next release of the application? We will have all the follow me and the face tracking and target tracking. Actually, it's not yet implemented. Be aware with the actual Android application. It will come soon. So let's open the box and compare with the Zerotech Dobby. I would say I cannot and is not a DJI Spark killer. Why? Because thanks to the 2-axis stabilization gimbal system of the Spark plus some electronic stabilization added, the DJI Spark offers much more smoother video shooting. So they are not really competitors together. It's more a Zerotech Dobby. Let's now open the box. Okay, so let's open it. We have a nice packaging. We have the CA logo and FCC, so it's good for importation if you are aware about that. So it's pretty visible, so you should not have any problem for any distribution in any countries. What we find very nice, two small box, one with some spare props, okay, and what size they are much more larger than the Zerotech Dobby, for example. I will give the exact dimension on the machine itself, but at least we have four, only white, so maybe some different color for lost flight would have been a better solution. In the other box, what we have, all the power unit sections. So a charger, you will have to use this one. So even if this one is ending with a USB, okay, you will have to use this charger, okay, to recharge the LiPo provided in the bundle. We have the USB to this DC connector, okay, with a small section, and I will give the exact diameter. So about 2 mm, 60, 50, okay, a little bit small. And at the extremity, as you will see in a few instants, we have some LEDs. Green when is not charging, or when it's finished to be charged, and turn to red when it's charging. Okay, what also we can find, another USB to micro USB is to download offline the recorded photos or videos inside the 16 GB micro SD card in the machine. So now we have this beautiful box, okay, and below we can find all the instruction manual. So let's open it, and we have a quick start guide version 1.0 and the disclaimer safety. So let's have a look. So one side is for English and the other side is only English, where you can find all the explanation. So I would say the most important has to recharge, okay, and the most important I would say is this section, and you will be able to find the default password. So the default password is Sunlytech, written in small capital letter, okay. So be aware of that, and I will show how to connect to the Wi-Fi, because there is not a problem, but there is a trick to do for some special Android devices. You will find all the explanation of all the interface, the different icons you can find, the takeoff, landing, return to home, when you have the props are forced to stop because the props hit an obstacle, for example, in case of crash, and how to control the quadcopter. You have three types. You have the touch mode, okay, with some I would say 0-1 answers in the direction you want to do. You have the motion control, okay, where you will flip and use the built-in gyroscope of your tablet or smartphone, or what I prefer is the joystick mode, more like the Zerotech or whatever you have, where you have more I would say gradual response in the control. So you have the roll, and for example you can find all the characteristics of the camera. So we have Sony sensors, 0.06 inch CMOS sensor, 13 megabytes. The field of view is 90 degrees with the focal set to 2.2, 4K resolution for photos, and the video recording we have stabilization at 1080p 30 frames per second, or without 4K still 30 frames per second. We don't have, for example, the 1080p 60 frames per second without or with electronic stabilization. The ISO range is between 100 to 3200 and so on, and you have a built-in storage of 16 gigabytes, not so bad, and micro USB interface, and we have two batteries. We'll see in a few instants of 2000 milliamp hours. I'm not sure they are really LiPo, but we will see. And because they are nominal voltage, it's 7.6 volts, so maybe some LE-HV battery, but it's written LiPo, so it's an open question. Okay, and what also you can find how to assemble the props and so on, and the main icon in the interface. I would say that I appreciate the interface actually, even it's still in the development. So let's open the main box. So super easy. Be aware, go gently to open with the plastic tab to not break it. And here is the contents. Two batteries, great. So they advertised to offer each of them around 20 minutes. So in practice, if we will have something about 15, it will be already very good. It's this transportation is super light, I would say, with everything, the prop guard, etc. Everything you can carry that about. It's about 512 grams, so super easy to carry. Okay, so ideal for transportation in the countryside, no problem. So let's continue. We have a piece of foam to protect everything, and we have this battery, super small for 2000, and it's written, yes, clearly we have 7.6 volts per cell, so but it's still written LiPo, and we have the battery connector somewhere. Somewhere in the tab. So where is it? We have here, you can see two series of 3 pads for the battery, okay, and it's very easy to insert, no problem. So we have 2 of them, and as I said, as soon as you're clipping the USB to charging cable, this one as you can see, turn to green when it's more or less charged, and I will go to red when it's charging, and return to green when it's full charge. Okay, so no problem. 2 batteries like this, and let's give you the information about the weight of each of them. Okay, so 83.5 grams, so relatively light. If you are interested by the dimension, even if this one is proprietary, so it's not very useful. 68, close 69 by 42 by something like 718. Okay, and the largest element are 28. Okay, so no button to measure the actual remaining capacity, no battery status indication. Maybe it can be a drawback, okay, compared at least to the Zerotech Dobby, where the battery, when you push on it, you have a small LED indication. Is not the case here, but at least you have one of them. So here is the machine, okay, and super light, and also what you find in the transportation, the props guards. So be aware, they are nice, but when you will clip it, be aware to not break it. Okay, so they can be very easily broken here like this. This section is pretty weak, so you will need to insert it and clip it very gently when you will insert it. Okay, especially here or in the other side. If you press too fast, too strongly, you will break it. It's what happened to one of mine. Okay, I broke it here, so I need to reglue. I think it could be repaired. So maybe it's a drawback for me. This prop guard installation clipping process can damage the prop guard itself. I'm not sure it will protect a lot to any case, but we have a 4 smart quadcopter. So let's describe a little bit this one. We have on top, behind the top canopy, we have a GPS GLONASS satellite receiver chip, and the fixing is pretty fast. I was able to fix within 1 minute, even a cold start. We have here the silver power button, so you have to long press to turn on, as well to long press to turn off. We have the props, so as you can see, let's compare to the Zerotech Dobby. Okay, compare now both of them. Look that in terms of size, they are quite similar, except that the props are huge compared to the Zerotech Dobby. Okay, look that. We have not at least half size more longer, so it's great, more larger, and to be more precise, they are, can give you the dimension of them. They are about 104 millimeters, and look the size of the motors. We have an external something to 40 millimeters, so in my point of view there are some 1104, 1105 brushless motors, no specific indication. So it's super light, so without the battery, look that the ALPHAcam weighs 139 grams, so 140. Let's compare with the Zerotech Dobby without the battery. I will maybe install more on the so it's almost similar to the Zerotech Dobby. That's definitively a great point. So we are comparing two smart flights. So we have the GPS installed on top, like the Zerotech Dobby, the same time of power button, and the Zerotech, as you may know, got a camera for visual positioning, as well as an ultrasonic sensor, everything for indoors or stabilization, I will say. Okay, and we will find the same type of sensor. The camera is one of them here, okay, this one, and the ultrasonic sensor should be the other one. So, or it's an infrared, but we have both twice sensors, two sensors for a visual positioning. That's great, and we can force through the application to fly either only with visual positioning or in GPS if you are receiving some satellites for outdoors. We can select force, for example, to fly only in visual, even outdoors can be great. So let's discover the camera, and look that we have a fixed angle, something about minus 12.5 degrees, more or less, maybe minus 20 degrees, and no possibility to set this angle. That's a pretty bad point compared to the Zerotech, where at least you can select the tilt orientation, okay, between 0 degrees up to minus 90 degrees. Here, no possibility. It means that when you will have to fly for selfie videos, you will have to fly a little bit more higher, okay? So for me, is one of the main concerns of this machine. We can find on the bottom right side a micro USB port where you will be able to retrieve saved photos or video. Here is the battery tray, so we can see the battery lead connector inside, and super easy to connect. So just need to insert and press, and voila. And how to retrieve? Just press the two plastic tab here, press it and pull, and you will retrieve everything. So pretty easy for the battery installation. We have two of them. That's great, and I'm really surprised by how light is this machine. Let's give the weight of everything installed. Look that we are 223 grams. How light is this machine? We have a smart with 4K, or I would say 1080p with electronic stabilization, close to 20 minutes, even let's say 50 minutes for 223 grams. That's great. Really impressed. Okay, let's compare to the DG Spark. It's a little bit more than 300 grams. But so I would say the integration of the Spark is even better because we have also a 2-axis gimbal. Okay, but at least it's a super light, and really impressed by this integration job. So what we can expect with these larger props, probably larger motors. Have to compare to be not completely sure that. No, we have the same type of motors on the Zerotech Dobby, but I can say in practice this machine is much more silent. Remember the first, at least with the original props of the Zerotech Dobby, it's a super noisy machine. It's not the case super silent, or not ultra silent, but much more silent. That also definitively a good point. What I can say about the camera, we have a 13 megapixel sensor, and if you already saw some Zerotech Dobby with the electronic stabilization, you know that you can see some black border. According to the correction, it's currently applied to I will say stabilize the video. You can see some up and down black border. Here is not the case because we have a larger field of view, and with electronic stabilization it will center the focus in a much the center region, and we don't see anymore this black border even with the electronic stabilization. That's great. So we will compare both works of the electronic stabilization algorithm. I think the processor should be a little bit more faster, so the job should be a little bit better, but we will see if it's working only in little wind condition, small breeze, or if this one can still work fine with a stronger wind. We will see. We can compare with two types of strengths of wind. So really nice. And actually this machine got an Android application. You will have to go to the official web pages, and as I said, not all the features are implemented. Like the Zerotech Dobby at the beginning, there was only a few features available. Then after they had the target tracking, the face tracking, and so on, and the different selfie mode. Actually, we have just basic return to home, and I would say that's all. No any other smart flight mode are available actually. So now it's time to see the application. So where to download at the Sunlytech web pages. If you have an Android, you have to download the APK. So if you install directly the APK file, you have to authorize the Android system to run, execute, and install an APK file. Okay, it's in the settings option. But as soon as you allow this operation, you will be able to install. Actually, the version of the application, the version 1.0.18, something like this, if I'm not wrong. Okay, but the control is done by a smartphone with Wi-Fi, and it's supporting both the 2.4 or 5.8 GHz band. Be aware, by default, you are in 5.8 GHz, and it could be problematic. Let's make the demonstration. Here, for example, I've got a recent tablet. It's a Samsung Galaxy S6, if I'm not wrong. Okay, and I will list all the available devices. Here, it's a small smartphone with an older Android device. I will power the machine. Okay, so how to power? As I say, you have to long press. Okay, and it will boot. You can hear the beep of the ESC, classic ESC music you can find. You can see that the logo starts to turn in blue. That's great. And after a couple of seconds, we can expect to see the Wi-Fi device after the ending of the boot and the list of the Wi-Fi device of my recent smartphone. Okay, and let's see, nothing appear. Let's check the same stuff in my whole device. Okay, and let's check what's happened. And look that we can see here the ALPHAcam in the 5.8 GHz is completely ignored by my recent Android tablet. So what I mean here it's happened often with the last recent smartphone or recent. All 5.8 GHz source can sometimes be hidden, not seen in the device list. How to proceed? It's super easy. I will turn off the ALPHAcam, long press, and should be stopped in a few instants. Normally, should stop to maybe I didn't press a long time enough. Okay, I have to. Okay, it stopped. So what you have to do, you have to long press to turn on the machine. Okay, until to wait the ALPHAcam logo. Okay, so it starts to be blue. Now you have to press shortly 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And it will restart to boot. Now, when you will rebooting, the default frequency will be the 2.4 GHz one, and I should see now this one to any type of smartphone without any problem. So be aware of that. You have to proceed. If you don't see it, you have to do that. It's written in the instruction manual, but it's good to know it. And after a couple of seconds, we should see appearing, if I did the job correctly, the situation. Let's check that. I still see it. Maybe I didn't do it correctly. I didn't press fastly. So I will do it. 1, 2, 3. Yes, so I should redo it. You have to press quick, okay? And it's rebooting. I should see it in a few instants. Okay, still booting. And voila, look that. Now I can see the device. Now I turn in 2.4 GHz. So you have to press quick 3 times, okay? And if you repress 3 times, you will return to 5.8 GHz. So that's the trick at the beginning to know. If don't panic, it's normal. And now it should be okay. So now it's time to download the default application, okay, and to check a little bit this later. Okay, so first of all, you will need to go to the www.sunlytech.com. You will go to these web pages, and here on the download section, okay, hope you can see, you have to press download, and you will go manage to go to these web pages, okay, and you can turn into English as well. But the first here is the software, the APK file. So actually, when you will download it, after your Android system will say that there is a new update available, so you have to download it and to install it. Okay, so what you will do, and then when it's done, you will have to download it, and when it's done, you can run the software. Okay, so be sure that you authorize to install any APK, and you have the Sunlight Fly software. So what you will have to do is to turn on the machine, okay, and after a couple of seconds, okay, when the machine will finish to boot, you will be able to enter, and you will have to press enter device, where is nothing else than the list of all available Wi-Fi device, open Wi-Fi in the corner, okay. And if you press enter device, as you can see, it's opening the default Android Wi-Fi list, and you can press ALPHAcam, okay, and click on connect, and it's connecting. And the default password, as I said, is written in the instruction, is Sunlytech, written in small capital letters. As you can see, written here is written Sunlytech here, okay, so you have to be aware of that. It's written very small. Okay, now you can return to the main application. You can press enter, and when it's done, okay, I've got a message saying that the interface is not, the GPS is not super accurate, but we can at least describe the main interface. So we have the camera section here. As you can see, we have a kind of latency, about As you can see, we have 0.3, 0.4 second, okay, in latency. So it should be a little bit better in 5.8 GHz. But as I said previously, for example, my device is not compatible with 5.8 GHz. Okay, so in 2.4 GHz, the interferences should be a little bit higher, so a little bit less range, and latency maybe a little bit higher. So we have some elements. We have here this button on top is to select between the normal flight mode and the selfie mode. So in normal flight mode, the tail will be face to you and the camera front of the machine. It's a normal way to fly the quadcopter. If you press on the face, you will be in a selfie mode like the Dolby. It means that the reference of your movement control will be in this position when the camera is targeting you. Okay, it's up to you. You have here on the two button the how to control the positioning. We have a GPS one actually, and when it's done on this small icon on the left, it's on the visual one. So by default it's on the visual, okay, so be aware of that. And it can work indoors and outdoors, of course, until I would say 5 meter height, but for mainly outdoors, okay, you have to press on the GPS. Be aware you need to receive some GPS. Actually, I'm receiving some. I still have the yellow one, so when you receive none of them, it's completely red, the GPS amount of satellite you are receiving. Now I'm yellow, but I'm receiving some, but not enough. Here we have some element here for the visual positioning and more here for the GPS. We have the level remaining amount of battery here, this one, the strength of the Wi-Fi, actually full signal, and the free capacity of the 16 gigabytes micro SD card seems to be more or less okay because I have no file. We have here the selection between photos. We have in photo when you can press. You have a timeout before to take a photo, 3 seconds, or if you press again, you can shoot a video. And you will have this red square and the rec indication flashing when it's recording. Press again to stop. Okay. So after a couple of seconds, say that it turns automatically to visual mode because it cannot receive correctly the GPS. So what other element? We have the settings, where you can find the different control mode. Touch, as I said previously, it's more 0-1 answers control in your direction. Joystick, where you can have more precisely control with your virtual sticks, and the motion, where you will control your machine with your orientation of your tablet thanks to the built-in gyroscope of your smartphone or tablet. So I prefer to use joysticks. We have the default range, max altitude of the return to home, okay, max altitude of your machine, and the return to home altitude. So actually, if you want to fly higher, you can go up to 60 meters, okay, it depends on your local regulation. So I will keep the original settings to 20 meters. The Wi-Fi, so we have the settings, and actually, since I press 3 times, you can see that the default now is turned to 2.4 GHz. But if I press 5, okay, you can change it by the software, but where your interface or your smartphone, you won't be able to connect anymore. You can change the default Wi-Fi password if you want. The calibration, we have 2 compass and the accelerometers. We will show how to proceed, okay, in the outdoors demo flight and the current version. So I've got the application 1.0.18 and the firmware installed is the version 1.0.8. Okay, the firmware installed in the machine. So it will be update versus time, okay. And if you see, we have another settings. This one, this slider, is more for the camera settings, where you can, for example, control the continuous shot between 1 photo, 3 or 5. You have some option to beautify, defogging, and the videos, so we can select between 4K without electronic stabilization, but that's 30 frames per second, 1080p with IS, no possibility to turn on or off individually electronic stabilization, should be an option added, 720p. I don't know if this one got also the electronic stabilization, and some global settings where you can select the white balance automatically or different weather conditions. Okay, so not bad at all. As well at the center, different where to apply or not a cross in the feed, in the middle of your view, etc. So we can apply some grid plus diagonal in your different settings. Okay, so that's great, and we have here the altitude, current altitude, so 0 meters actually. The takeoff button, okay, but we have to be indoors, so I won't apply it. Okay, and here is to push everything in full screen without any HUD indication, and you can repress again. So a complete user interface, I like it, okay, and very smart, and I guess some other option, flight mode, will be added versus time, okay, and really I like it. So now it's time to apply, to show you how to perform the compass calibration, but one thing I wanted to show you, look that. For example, I've got here the video, as you can see, but as soon as I will press the recording, you can see that the field of view have been narrowed to the center, and because the stabilization, look that, we can see the stabilization. We still have the black square in the extremity of the stuff, but the stabilization is working really not bad at all. We will compare with the Zerotech Dobby. We can feel some small high vibration, look at that. So it depends on the force of the wind, and I'm afraid to see this kind of vibration. So we will compare with the Zerotech Dobby. Okay, so I will stop recording, and we see that the field of view will be returned to normal, and now we have the normal application. So we have already a centering of all the field of view when electronic stabilization is turned on automatically when recording. So now it's time to perform some outdoors demo. Okay, how about the compass calibration, about the gyroscope calibration, and about the maximum control range we can have with a good video feedback, and what's happened when, for example, the signal is lost, engaging a return to home, so on. Okay, so let's go in the field. Hi, welcome to the first demo flight of the Sunlytech ALPHAcam 40. So I will compare in the first part with the Zerotech Dobby, at least in terms of electronic stabilization. We will see how they perform simultaneously in the same wind condition, in the same spot. So I will also adjust the length orientation of the Zero Dobby about the same amount of the ALPHAcam, so about something 12.5 degrees, if I'm not wrong, more or less, and we will compare both stabilization. I update the last firmware of Zerotech Dobby in fair comparison. We'll fly with the original props, okay, and we will see how it's performed. So, very important for the first time you will fly your ALPHAcam, it's very important to perform a compass calibration as well as the gyros accelerometers one if you don't want to observe any drift. Okay, so I will perform the calibration right now. Okay, so the first thing to do is to power the ALPHAcam, so you have to long press the front silver button, okay, and after a couple of seconds the Wi-Fi device should be available, and as I already said in the unboxing video, be aware with some devices the 5.8 GHz won't be visible. You will have to turn on 2.4 GHz to work with. So what I will do is recording actually, and I will run the software, and I will press the enter device, and since everything is okay, I should observe video feedback, as you can see. Yes, so no problem, and you have to press the settings on top right, and you have to click on the left calibration button, okay. Then two options, you have to perform first the compass calibration, and they say before please sure to keep away from any magnetic sources, and we will do it. And you have to perform this kind of 8, okay, so with your quadcopter, so we will do it, and you have a progression bar, so we will perform it like this. So you will have to do like something like this, okay, turn like this the machine, and design this kind of 8 You can rotate it also, okay, to flip the body, okay, but still performing the this kind of 8 versus time. And as you can see, the progression bar is active, and after a couple of seconds the compass calibration will be over, and say calibration fades, so I will have to redo it, rebooting, okay, and it will have to reconnect to the machine, okay, enter device, okay, connecting. So I will perform one more time the compass calibration, start, and you have to do like this kind of stuff, like this, slowly, okay, a little bit more slowly, this kind of design, a little bit strange, completely different with some other compass calibration procedure, and sometimes you have to flip the body, okay, like this, and okay, I hope this time it will be okay. I'm following the course. You have to follow more or less the same speed of the design of this 8. As you can see, I am more or less in the same speed, okay, and I hope this time it will be okay. Fade one more time. Well, the first time was working perfectly, so enter device, scanning, connecting, enter device, okay. I will try one more time. As you can see, it's not so obvious calibration. Funny because it works the first time without any problem. I'm away from any magnetic source as far as I know, okay, and let's design. So I will take the quadcopter front and design this kind of 8. Okay, maybe design more larger loop like this. Okay, and I will keep the same. Okay. So the compass calibration procedure can take at least 1 minute, so it's a little bit long, and you will see that the gyros, accelerometers also is a little bit long. You have to install the machine in a different position. Okay, so maybe this procedure can be simplified in another release. Okay, so it seems I'm stuck in this position. I don't see really the bar progressing. But I will flip the machine right now. Maybe I will observe operation. Oh, this time complete. That's great. Okay, rebooting. Okay, so as you already understood, it will take a couple of seconds to reboot. Then we will have to perform the gyros. Okay, I will try to install the machine on the flat, more or less flat surface. Clean the ground a little bit. Okay, turn device. Connecting. Connected. Enter device. Okay, so everything is fine. I will still press the settings. calibration, and then accelerometer calibration. So as I say, it's very important the first time to do both calibrations. I will start. Please level on the flat surface, I think I am. Okay, yes. So next. And you have to, I hope you will be able to see, to stand up the quadcopter. So if you don't have this box with you, you can take the quadcopter like this and press next. Then you will have to vertically to the right, you flip, okay, the machine. You should have the micro USB port on your top. Then the camera, okay, down, okay, vertically, press next. Then on top, front, okay, press next. Then reverse on the back successfully. Okay, so this time it's okay. I am calibrated. So now we can start to make the comparison with the Dolby, okay, and we will see. So I will turn on both and try to hover with the electronic stabilization turned on, and let's compare the result. Okay, so both are turned on. I will take off with the Zerotech Dolby. So I will first show you the default settings I have. Version 2.36, as far I know, is the last one. So I will press the take-off button and adjust to minus 22.5 degrees. So I was a little bit wrong with the stuff. I will clean a bit. Sorry, so I will be able to press recording. I will first turn on the electronic stabilization, okay, and press recording. That's great. I think you can see. I will hold on the tablet around, and I will do the same with the ALPHAcam. So I will press recording here. So you have to reboot here. We have to wait a couple of seconds. I hope I will have enough battery. Hello. Take a couple of seconds to boot. ALPHAcam, connect. Okay, enter device. Perfect. And I will turn on the selfie mode and the GPS stabilization. I've got everything is okay, and I will turn on takeoff, and you have to slide. Yes. Okay, that's okay. Great. And I will press recording. So I think we will be able to see both. The YA command is very sensitive. Yes. Very slight adjustment. So we'll be able to compare both. I think I will take the both tablets. Yes, so I can be in the, I think the field of view of the Dolby is a little bit more wider, okay, but the stabilization should be I think a little bit more efficient for the ALPHAtech, okay. I've got the sun right in the face, so you will be able to compare both, but instead of stability with GPS, I hope you will be able to see that it's really great. So I will stop recording for the Dolby, okay. And I will first land ground. Okay, stop recording. Great. So, and I can stop recording my tablet. Everything is okay. Turn on everything here. So now let's play with the ALPHAcam. Yeah. And we will climb a little bit more higher. I've got a dog somewhere. So it's a selfie machine. And what I can say, this machine is much more silent, for sure. So no specific anymore flight mode, not yet implemented. So what I can press is a return to home. Press this button, okay, and slide to returning each time. Okay, you have a small vibration, and I have to be aware about the dogs. So he's landing, or not sure what he's doing. Okay, I will stop recording. So I will take off one more time. Take off, you have to slide, and after take half second, he will retake off. So no problem. So you can see on the small left green bar, lateral, you have the altitude actually. GPS not enough accurate, and you can see this machine is drifting. Okay. Wow. The machine is drifting. Okay. Now it's okay. So not the command should be a little bit less sporty in my point of view. It's very sporty, but look, the stability sounds to be great. So what I should have a return to home. Why it's not returning? I engage it, and in fact it's landing where it was. Really strange, because I didn't take off from this position, so I don't understand yet. Anyway. Okay, I will retake off. Oof, in the grass. I will see. So the return to home is not ready. Maybe it's inverted. Maybe I was wrong with this landing. No, it should land where it is, so I will cancel. So I don't understand, but the machine is super stable. But I would like that the YA command should be a little bit, the rate in the YA command should be a little bit less sporty. So we make a small tour. And what I want to do is to perform a movement. So I am in the selfie mode, so if I want to book moving forward. Okay, the machine is fast, huh? Okay. Well, the control range sounds good. So what I want to show you is I will stop recording. Okay, so I've got a wider field of view, as you can see, and let's turn on the 4K. Yeah, let's turn on 4K. Okay, returning. I don't know how to return. Please, I have to land first. Okay, so I will come home. It's a bit. Oh, is a super sporty machine. Huh? It's super fast. Be aware of this. And if you have a zero tech derby, it's very surprising. So I am without the stabilization. You will see the interface. I am controlling this. Okay. Okay, let's press the landing. I will land. This dog is a sheep keeper, so there are a lot of around, and so it's very calm. And now I will be able to turn on the 4K. Yes, okay, that's correct. And I will return, and I will press recording, and I will press takeoff one more time. Okay, and I've got the 4K without stabilization. So today is almost wind-free. We will see how it's working. Okay, hard to have a precise. So as you can see, the field of view is much larger, and it's shaking, of course, obviously. But at least you can see some how it works, and almost wind-free condition. The stabilization of the quadcopter sounds great. Okay, the GPS reception is green. The battery is almost around the middle. Okay, I think I'm around 50%. I would like to see more a percentage display, more than okay, high temperature. Okay, like Q1 already observing now the high temperature, and it's ordered me to take off. So I will stop recording, and I will take off. And I will now check how hot is the machine. The top, no. Motors, no. Maybe a little bit motors, but not so much. Really, I don't understand this warning. The machine sounds not super hot, so I don't understand. Okay, I will returning in 180p. Return, and we play again with recording. Take off. So I'm very impatient. Okay, I've got the high temperature, as you can see. I'm really impatient to see the advanced features implemented in the future release of the app. The electronic stabilization out of the box is pretty good, but really I would like to have a slower rudder rates, and I think it's a very fast machine. So you know what? Oh, what he's doing? Oh, what he's doing? You know, you see that he moved from 2 meters standalone, maybe due to the temperature, high temperature. Okay, seems okay. So what I would like, I will ignore the message. Ah, okay, I've got a problem with the GPS. Okay, so and you can see it start to drift. Oops. I had to perform an emergency landing. Okay, and what a drawback when he's on the ground, the motors continue to spin. You have to press the landing and to slide to stop the motors. It's not good at all. Okay, so when you crash, the motor will continue to spin, and you will have a kind of emergency stopping. So definitively the interface should be improved. So I don't know why I lost the GPS signal. I'm really in open source. Okay, let's check that. We will press one more time. Recording. Oh, what I want to play now is without the selfie mode, so I will fly it normally, and to take more some pictures. Okay, so we'll start recording. Oh, look that, I got some interferences in the video. Look that. What's happened? Look that when I press recording. Wow, what is it? So maybe the video processor is warming too much and okay. And I cannot stop recording. Oh, stop. Okay, so there is a problem with recording actually. Let's check the contents of the album. So you can find some videos in the video section. Okay, you can see all my recorded files, and you have to press on it to download locally on your tablet or smartphone. Then you can delete. Okay, so when it's downloaded, you can find the same contents as in my video. Actually, it's empty. It will be filled as soon as I will upload everything locally. Okay, so I didn't take any photos. I should, and I will re-enter on the device. Camera connecting. And I will turn on into the photo mode, okay, and let's press take off. So I am in normal quadcopter flight mode. Oh, look that, I almost disappeared I will take a photos. I think that the video unit processor is warming a lot. Okay, we'll take pictures one more time. High temperature. So we press landing. Okay, and it's really bad news. So I don't know what's happened. So I hope with the firmware everything will be fixed. Okay, compared to the Zerotech Derby, there is no fan. Okay, no noisy fan. It's super silent machine. Nothing you can hear, but for me nothing is warm inside. So maybe just locally there is a sensor who is biased and given some false alarm anyway. So what I can do, I will turn on the recording one more time. High temperature. Let's press recording. You still have this interferences appearing in the video. It's really annoying, very strange. I will stop recording, and it's not stopping recording. You don't want to stop. Oh my god. So really the okay, I will re-enter, and it sounds to there is a problem. Oh, now I can't see anything. So I will stop the device. I hope I didn't break anything. So I will stop it, long press on it. Okay, and I will wait a couple of seconds. Okay, so I install the second battery, and I observed that the first one was pretty hot. So I guess the guilty is the battery warming a lot and transmitting the heat over all this system. So it means that in theory you have 20 minutes of flight time, but not continuously. You will have to do some break every 5-6 minutes. Okay, so it can be a drawback definitively. So maybe by installing something cooling, I don't know, something protecting a little bit from the heat, the top system will help. So some modification hardware I guess may be done. Maybe a firmware can fix that also. Anyway, let's continue. So what I will do is to turn on the new battery. Okay, and I will start recording. Well, first I will have to connect, scanning for the Wi-Fi networks, connecting to ALPHAcam. Great, and turn on the application. Enter device. GPS cannot locate precisely. Okay, so I will wait a couple of seconds. until the yellow antenna icons will turn to green. It's done. So let's check the default camera settings. We are in 1080p with electronic stabilization. So we have GPS and we'll fly like a normal quadcopter. So I will turn the machine with the tail front of me. I will start recording. So the electronic stabilization should be turned on, so limiting the little bit the field of view. Let's go. I would like to see the top speed of this machine. Of course, with a Bluetooth remote control will be much better, of course, but it's stable. Okay. Okay, and let's check that with the full speed. Okay, and that's way back. More or less stay in place. Can you see me a little bit more like this? I should be around. Yes, as you can see, I'm here. Definitively the yaw command should be a little bit less, the rate a little bit more, less important, but it's stable. Look at that. For an electronic stabilization in wind-free condition should vary a decent videos. So I am inverted, so I will fly in normal. Okay, I don't see anything, but you should see me well correctly, Anderson. Look at that, no problem. So I'm very impatient to see the advanced flight mode, target tracking, orbit mode should be implemented very soon. Okay, anyway. Let's see full speed. For GPS quadcopter, tiny like this, is already not bad. Full speed. With the electronic stabilization turned on, you can see how will be the rendering at full speed. Okay, where I am. Oops, I am here. Okay, let's move forward. I hope the light sensitivity, the EV settings can be adjusted in flight. So, as you can see, this battery is already, maybe I didn't charge it correctly, probably, I guess. Start to be a little bit weak. So, what I want to play is a return to home one more time and press. Decided to clean this time. Okay. Yeah, this time it's worked, so I don't know why. Yes, we will land exactly where I took off. I will try to see if it won't land into the back. Should be not. Yeah, adjusted the landing, as you can see. Great. Where I am, I'm here. Great, landing perfectly. Now the precision is good. Okay, so I will stop recording here and start to conclude. Okay, we stop recording as well here and start to conclude. So, what I can say, the stabilization, electronic stabilization is promising with this machine, but Actually, the application is pretty young, even I really appreciate the interface. I like the position of each small icon to turn on selfie mode or normal mode and so on. The possibility to perform GPS stabilization or visual one. So that's great. And what I want to see, maybe some slower rudder rate. Of course, the advanced features, follow me, target tracking, and orbit mode minimum, and also a route planner would be great. And they have to solve this temperature alarm. Okay, maybe by, I don't know, something must be done. Okay. So I hope the comparison with the Zerotech Dobby will be fair. Okay, I think so. And I hope you will like this new video. If you like it, please submit, and see you next time. Bye bye.